بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له أشهد أن نبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا. Welcome, my brothers in Islam, to lesson 118 of Arabiyyah to Bayna, Yadayk, book 1, part 1 of the new version. ووقفنا عند الصفحة الستين. We stopped at the 60th page. عند كلمة at the word ستارة. وستارة curtain. والجمع ستائر curtains. ويجوز it's allowed ويجوز تذكيره it's allowed to make it masculine. I mean the word ستارة and ويجوز تأنيثه. So how do we make it masculine, the word ستارة? Because we normally say هذه ستارة, this is a curtain. هذه ستارة جميلة وطويلة. This is a beautiful and long curtain. To make it masculine للتذكير نحتاج إلى حذف التاء المربوطة. To make it masculine نحتاج we need إلى نحتاج goes with إلى cannot translate. نحتاج إلى حذف we need to delete التاء المربوطة. What is the sign of femininity? So you say ستار. هذا ستار جميل. هذا ستار طويل. هذا ستار قصير short. والجمع أستار. إذن أستار جمع ستار. You still with me, brothers? What's the difference between the plural of ستار and the plural of ستارة? جمع ستارة ستائر ممنوع من الصرف. وجمع ستار أستار. أستار وهو مصروف. أستار is مصروف is not ممنوع من الصرف. مصروف is opposite of ممنوع من الصرف. مصروف means that it can have the nunation, the تنوين. نعم. وماذا تريد and what do you want? Masculine. You want feminine. ماذا تريدين? So وماذا تريد لغرفة الجلوس. لي means for and it's a preposition. So normally it's غرفة الجلوس. What is the sitting room? But now we have the لي. So the غرفة becomes the مضاف. غرفة becomes the مضاف غرفتي. So what do you want for the sitting room? ماذا تريد وماذا تريد لغرفة الجلوس. That's what the بائع, the seller says. So it seems that subhanallah, if a seller speaks like that, it means he has a lot of experience in selling. Because he is mentioning multiple rooms to the buyer. So he might order more and more. So غرفة is room والجمع غرف. الجلوس, this is something that we have to highlight in this lesson. الجلوس is the sitting. وجلوس بدون آل التعريف. Without آل التعريف, it's جلوس, sitting. So this is معرفة, is definite. الجلوس, and this is نكرة, indefinite. جلوس. So it means sitting. وجلوس مصدر الفعل is the masdar, the main noun of the verb جلس. Okay, so you say جلس خالد على الكرسي. جلس, he sat. This is the root, is the origin, is the source of the masdar, of all those present, command, اسم فاعل, اسم مفعول. It goes all the way to this, back to, all of that goes back to these three letters, This is the asl, the root. From these three letters, all the forms get out of it. They they originate from these three letters. So jalasa as he sat. So how do you say Khalid sat on the chair? Jalasa Khalidun ala on, وعلى is a حرف جر, preposition. So al-kursiyu is the chair, or without al-kursiyun is a chair. So we have to add the effect of the حرف جر. So al-kursiyu becomes al-kursiyi, or kursiyun, a chair, not the chair, a chair becomes now kursiyin, and the two kasra should be above the letter but below the shadda, as you know. But I cannot do it with the writing format I have using this PC, this laptop. هذا المحمول، محمول is laptop. خالد، نعم، جلس خالد على كرسي. Khalid sat on a chair. والجمع كراسي. كراسي ممنوع من الصرف. نعم. And kursiyun is very important, meaning the word that refers back to Ayatul Kursi, this great ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah. طيب. So jalasa is he sat. يجلس is he sitting. And the present tense verb, my brothers in Islam, is something you just have to memorize. The harakat, you have to memorize. Because jalasa is 3 fatha. So how can you know that after having the 3 fatha in the past tense, how do you know that in the present it will be with the kasra, yajlisu? You cannot know that. This pure memorization, if you know what I mean. Jalasa 3 fatha. Present tense goes to kasra, yajlisu. Qara'a is also 3 fatha. But the present tense is yaqra'u, goes to a fatha. Nadara is he looked, also 3 fatha. But the present tense yanduru is a dhamma. So each one goes its own way. One goes in the present tense to the kasra, one goes to the fatha, and one goes to the dhamma. So the present tense is the most difficult tense. The present tense is the most difficult tense because it's pure based on memorization. When it comes to the verb, the past tense verb that has 3 letters, those verbs are the most. The 3-letter past one, that's the most difficult one. As for the 4-letter past tense verb, yes, there is a certain pattern, and it's much easier. Qabala, yuqabilu. Look, qabala is 4 letters, so there's a certain pattern, like like maths. Qabala yuqabilu, qatala yuqatilu, salama yusalimu, haraba yuharibu, akala yuakilu, rasala yurasilu. Certain pattern. 5 letters. تقابل يتقابل، تشاجر يتشاجر، تجالس يتجالس، تعامل يتعامل. So there are certain patterns. Don't worry about the 4 or the 5-letter past tense. Okay? The only issue is with the 3 letters past tense. How can you know the present tense verb of the 3 letters past tense verb? You can only know that by memorization. As for the command verb, that's easy because you always look to the letter before the last one of the present tense. Yajlisu has a kasra, it will be ijlis. Yanduru, the letter before the last one in the present tense. Yanduru has a dhamma, it's undur. The dhamma comes back. Yajlisu, the kasra comes back now in the command. Ijlis. Ijlis. Ijlis is sit. For a male. Ijlisi, to your daughter. Ijlisu, you lot, male. Ijlisna, you lot, feminine. Okay. Ijlisa, you two, with the alif stick. You two sit. Julusan is sitting. Okay. Uhibbul julusa, I love sitting. Uhibbul julusa fil hadiqati, I love sitting in the park. Or in the garden. It's both hadiqatun. أحب الجلوس على الأرض. I love sitting on the ground. It's just an example. أحب الجلوس على الأرض. I love sitting on the ground. And one of the most difficult topics in the Arabic language, my brothers and Islam, is this L. You see, I haven't translated L now in the English. I love sitting. Okay? So somebody say, why don't you just drop the L and say أحب جلوسا? Because this مفعول به. I love what? جلوسا. It doesn't sound correct. أحب جلوسا على الأرض. I love a sitting on the ground. It just doesn't seem correct. So sometimes you have to put the L, but at the same time you don't translate it into English. Okay. أحب الجلوس في الحديقة. I love sitting in the park or in the garden. فهو, so he is, جالس. The اسم فاعل of a verb that has 3 letters in the past tense is very easy. Just one pattern, فاعل. The pattern of فاعل. Okay. أكل آكل. قرأ قارئ. كتب, he wrote, كاتب. So فهو جالس, so he's like you know, the ism fa'il has 2 meanings. So he is sitting and he is the sitter. نعم. والمفعول مجلوس عليه. Is that why you sit on? هذا الكرسي مجلوس عليه. This chair is set on. Is where people sit on. طيب. So غرفة الجلوس is a sitting room. Literally, the best translation is this one. Because julusun means sitting. So why should we translate it to living room? Living. But if somebody says living room, meaning sitting room, then there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that this translation, sitting room, is more precise. Okay? Like ghurfatun nawmi is sleeping room. But if somebody says bedroom, you don't say it's wrong. So somebody says, let's translate living room to Arabic. Okay? غرفة الحياة. Living, حياة. يعني people will not understand what you're talking about. Okay? Because it's just so rare. It doesn't make any sense. غرفة الحياة. Okay? So the Arabs, they use sitting room. That's why it's important to think Arabically and not to think in your own language. Because if you think in your own language, you might say, hey, I know what room is, غرفتun. I know what life and living is, hayatun. So let me just paste them together and let me talk to somebody who speaks Arabic. It doesn't go like that. You have to think Arabically. ويمكنك أن تقول, ويمكنك, you're able to, ويمكنك أن تقول, you can say, you're able to, you can say, ماذا تريد, we're going to use some pronouns now, ماذا تريد لغرفة جلوسك. ما معنى هذه الجملة? What is the meaning of this sentence? So we have here, he said, وماذا تريد لغرفة الجلوس. What do you want for the sitting room? He didn't say your sitting room. Okay. كيف نقول ذلك? How do we say that? وماذا تريد لغرفة جلوسك. What do you want for your sitting room? Okay. So where do you add the pronoun? أين تضيف الضمير المتصلة, the attached pronoun. أين تضيفه? Where do you add it? في المضاف أو في المضاف إليه. At the مضاف, the added or the added to. You add it in the added to. The ضمير comes in the added to and not in the added, not in the مضاف, but in the مضاف إليه. The pen of my teacher, قلم أستاذي. The pen of your teacher, قلم أستاذك. The pen of his teacher, قلم أستاذه. So, what do you want for your sitting room? ماذا تريد لغرفة جلوسك? I want for my sitting room. أريد لغرفة جلوسي. You see the ya, the my. Kada wa kada. What means kada wa kada? It's very known in the Arabic language. Such and such. Kada wa kada. You don't want to mention. Just briefly. You don't want to mention in detail what it is. Okay? Or you say so and so in English. That means kada wa kada. أريد أريكة وسجادة. أريد, I want, أريكة وسجادة. So by learning this word, it's أريكة. When learning this word, as you can see, كما ترون, as you lot can see, في الصفحة التالية تحت المفردات, next page below the vocabulary, you have أريكة. It will not have two fatha. If it has حركات, it will not have two fatha. So it's now مفعول به object because of the what question. I want what? أريكة. So أريكة, my brothers in Islam, is normally by default أريكة, or with L it's الأريكة. Some people will not know what أريكة is, but they will know the plural form أرائك, because it's in the Quran. أرائك ممنوع من الصرف. You see, if you put the word مساجد below it, you get the same effect. ممنوع من الصرف. مساجد. مفاتيح, keys. So, أخي, Arabic language is very precise. It's a bit like maths, precise patterns. It's just not. It's not like, you know, chaos. You just do what you want. Put a dhamma when you want, put two dhamma when you want. No, it's very organized, it's very precise, and subhanallah, this is very great. So ara'iku are couches, are sofas. So arikatun is a sofa. Arikatun is a sofa or a couch. What's the difference between a couch or a sofa? A sofa is a couch, and a couch is a sofa. Maybe in some parts of the world they say sofa. This is a very common word in the UK. And maybe in some other parts of the world they will use more the word couch. It's not a chair. I know that the photo you see in the vocabulary, it looks like a chair. Okay? But a chair is kursiyun, ayatul kursi. قال الله تعالى, Allah the Exalted said, إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ لَفِي نَعِيمٍ. Verily, al-abrar, the pious who fear Allah and avoid evil, لَفِي نَعِيمٍ, will be in delight. عَلَى الْأَرَائِكِ يَنْظُرُونَ. على الأرائك ينظرون. On thrones. Here it's translated as thrones in the translation that I found of the meanings of the Quran. Okay? On thrones, looking at all things. على الأرائك ينظرون. سورة المطففين 22-23. Allahu Akbar. ترجمت هنا, it has been translated here, be with thrones. مع أن كلمة, مع أن is while. مع أن while, the word عرش is more famous for throne. عرش. Many times in the Quran. عرش, عرش, throne. والجمع عروش, thrones. هي المشهورة لذلك المعنى. That is the famous for that meaning. Meaning for throne, you use عرش. And I don't want to say that the translator of the meaning of the Quran made a mistake. Okay, I'm just saying that it's more famous to say عرش, as many of you already know, for throne. And as for the couch, as for the sofa, this long type of seat where you can even sleep on. Okay, a chair is a chair, just where you sit on. But a sofa or couch, 3-4 people can sit on, and you can even sleep on it. فائدة, a benefit. ما هو الفرق? What is the difference بين, between couch or sofa? What's the difference between couch and sofa? لا فرق بينهما. There is no difference. لا فرق, no difference. بينهما, between them two. لكن أصل الكلمتين, لكن, but, and the noun after لكن gets a fatha. But the root of the two words, لكن أصل الكلمتين, مختلف, is different. I mean, sofa doesn't sound like couch. It's totally different. So we're going a little bit into the English language, and I know why I'm doing this. Just bear with me. The word couch comes, you will be amazed inshallah in a bit. The word couch comes from the French verb. I know my English is, my French is very bad. My English is bad, but my French is even, my English is not so good, but my French is even worse. I think you may say coucher, coucher. Try to say it in a French tone, coucher. So coucher is the root of what? Couch. Okay, it's taken from this French verb, coucher, which translates to lie down. Coucher, to lie down. So a couch has to be big enough to lie down on, while able to sit on. The word sofa originated from sofa with a sad, an Arabic word. Now the amazing thing comes. You can find this. You just go on Google and you write definition of sofa, sofa, or the original root of the English word sofa. So sofa comes from the word sofa. صاد, fa mushaddada, fa mutashadda, and a ta marbuta. An Arabic word that referred to a wood or stone bench. Clear? I've mentioned to you before that many words, I gave you examples, a lot of examples. I've mentioned maybe only 9 or 10 English words that have Arabic background. It doesn't mean that there are not more. I just gave you some examples. Now, clear? So now you know where each of these two words originates from, French and Arabic. As for the definition, okay, so sofa in English, what means sofa? It's a long, soft seat with a back, so you can sit on it, and usually arms. I mean at the two edges, okay? Large enough for 2 or more people to sit on, and it has the same meaning as couch. So this is just the extra information, my brothers in Islam. نستمر إن شاء الله. We will continue إن شاء الله. سجادة وسجادة. Why do I put 2 fatha? Because أريكة وسجادة. سجادة is called in the Arabic grammar معطوف. Okay, it's connected, and the معطوف has to have the same haraka, the same fatha, or the same dhamma or kasra as the معطوف عليه, as the word before the waw. So the word after the waw follows the haraka of the word before the waw. Khalidun wa Sa'idun. And if you say Khalidan, it has to be wa Sa'idan. Or dhahabtu ila Khalidin, I went to Khalidin wa Sa'idin. Clear? Ra'aytu, I saw Khalidan, so it's also straight away wa Sa'idan. So after the waw, you cannot say arikatan and sajjadatun. No, you cannot say arikatan wa sajjadatin. Just look to the look to two lines above you. Okay, sariran wa sitaratan. Sitaratan is ma'tufun. It has to have the same haraka of the word before the waw. So sajjadatun is the root. Okay, you don't say that sajjadatan has a two fatha because it's what? It's also maf'ulun bihi. No, the maf'ulun bihi, the object is arikatan. We finished the maf'ulun bihi. Okay. As for sajjadatan, it's ma'tufun because there is a waw between. So sajjadatun is, my brothers in Islam, kalimatun mu'annathatun. It's a feminine word. والجمع سجادات وسجاد. Okay, سجاد and سجادات كلاهما جمعان. Both of them are two plurals. And don't say that سجاد is the masculine of سجادة. No, سجاد is the plural of سجادة. سجادة, the single form is only feminine. Okay, وسجاد لعله, it might be أشهر. لعله أشهر, it might be more famous. طيب, as you maybe have seen, it means carpet. It also means a rug. It also means a prayer mat. So it has these three meanings: a carpet, a rug, and a prayer mat. Okay. وتطلق هذه السجادة على سجادة الصلاة. Okay. This prayer, this word سجادة is also being named, the prayer mat is also being named سجادة. And if you just ponder and think about the word سجادة, it's maybe also linked to sujudun. So you make sujudun on a prayer mat if you have one. Okay. So what are the meanings of sajjadatun? A rug, a carpet, and a prayer mat. And rug and carpet, you can say, and Allah knows best, they might be the same, but I'm not the expert in the English language. نعم. والسجادة, I don't pronounce the lam because it's a sun letter, the sin. والسجادة, I went from letter 1, the waw, to letter 3 because there's shadda after the L. والسجادة, it has two shadda now, and if there is no L, it has only a shadda on the jim. سجادة is similar to this word زربية, والجمع زرابي. Okay, ممنوع من الصرف كما في سورة الغاشية, لكن سورة الغاشية الآية السادسة عشرة, the 16th آية. وكذلك بساط. بساط is also carpet, rug. And زربية is carpet or rug, no prayer mat. بساط, carpet, rug, no prayer mat. بساط, زربية is feminine, and بساط masculine, والله أعلم. والجمع بسط, carpets, rugs, وأبسطة. سأقف هنا إن شاء الله. I will stop here إن شاء الله. وإلى درس قادم إن شاء الله, to the next class إن شاء الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.